Good day, everyone. It's Carpo here. Cinco de Mayo, 2014. Whoop-de-doo. I just realized that. Yeah, well, I was going to make a video. It's funny because I was laying on the couch kind of half asleep. I woke up and everybody else in the house was asleep. And I was thinking about, you look over and your kids are asleep and you think, oh, they're so cute. It's like kids are always cute when they're asleep, and then the minute they wake up, it's hell sometimes. But they're great all in all. But I don't know. I was thinking about what ails us, I guess, as far as energy. And I watched this documentary the other day. It was, I can't remember what it was, but they were talking about free energy devices. And, supposedly this guy in Australia created a free energy motor that runs on magnets. Now, I know a lot of people know more about this than I do. And I've been watching various experiments online over the years of people doing magnetic motors using high-powered neodymium magnets. And I'm very fascinated with magnets. And I've always had this idea that if the magnets were arranged in the proper fashion, it's hard to explain. Actually, you want to create, a toroidal field or something of the sort, but having all the magnets turned in a way that's almost like, it's weird because as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about this picture, this atlas I was looking at earlier, and it's an atlas that has the whole Earth broken down into, it's from the top of the Earth view, and it shows all the ocean bottom. And I've been really fascinated for the last few days about, looking at the bottom of the ocean and looking at all the different features in the mid-Atlantic ridge and understanding how the whole thing works. And I came across some just weird, pictures of the way the crust twists as the Earth turns. And now, first off, let me say, nothing's free, you see. And this is the misconception that free energy comes from nowhere. It comes from somewhere. It's just that we're pulling, and I don't even want to go into the details because I don't understand how all of it works, but, energy has so many different forms. And I don't understand how magnetism works, and I don't know if a motor could really be done with just magnets. He starts it with a battery, and then it runs. And the claim is that with these motors, done with the right materials, we could have motors, 40 kilowatt motors in our homes running for up to 40 years. And basically all you'd be doing is using this motor to produce electricity, to run a generator or whatever. It's a pretty amazing concept that could be applied if people, I think, would apply themselves and start doing their own research. But it's very difficult to know what's real, and what's not. I would be willing to invest my money on an electric, or a magnetic motor, spend the money to buy the magnets. If you go to some of these online places, you can find some pretty cool neodymium magnets in all kinds of random shapes. I mean, people make all kinds of stuff out of these now. And I think that maybe free energy, my thought is that free energy has always been available and known about by one group or another, but in many different forms. But only today is free energy finally available for the average consumer to do something with. You know what I mean? Let's say that the old thought that we have alien technology, and that we have this free energy and anti-gravitational machines and all this stuff, and we fly to the moon, and I don't know all this stuff. I don't know what's really going on with that. But I do know that magnetic energy is available to the public, and it's something that most people could do at home. So if somebody out there has the know-how and a camera and time and patience and magnets, to create something and show the world, that would be awesome, because maybe there's something already out there. But I'd love a do-it-yourself kind of small motor that would run even a few light bulbs or something. I mean, Think about how cool that would be if you could just, if you could learn how to make one, just one, that would say give you 110 volts, just like an outlet, and you could plug a certain amount of devices into it. It would be revolutionary. And I mean, I know that they're out there. I'm not saying that it would be. It is revolutionary. I just want to see it. I want to see it put to action. And I hope in my lifetime that the greed of the industry can be overrun by the will of the people to have these devices. It's just that, like Obama said it the other day, it's depressing because you don't know whether he's full of shit or just misinformed or both. And he, said something with the degree that we don't have free energy devices, but then we have another side screaming we do. Somebody needs to prove to somebody one way or another that these things do or don't exist, because we need to convince the people that they are able to make things. I've played with magnets enough to know that you could create some sort of a device that may not be perpetual motion machine, but that takes very, very little juice to power, and that's really the goal, is you're recycling power. So you take a little tiny bit of that kinetic energy as it's spinning, and you're collecting that for the battery, and then you use that to give it another boost later. Eventually you're going to have to maybe have more of an exchange of electrons in the end. Maybe you end up having to replace the battery every few years or something. Who knows? But it's an interesting concept. So if anybody knows more about that and knows anything about who's making these things, or if there are any kits to make your own, I'd be fascinated. So, peace.